Nia, you can create water on your own.
Wow.
And Kai, fire.
Wow.
Jay, lightning.
So, Ninja.
These elemental powers are why I chose you.
And what about me? What am I?
Lloyd, yours is the most important element of all.
Okay, hit me with it.
Your elemental power is green.
What's that?
The LEGO Ninjago movie video game is the latest in the Ninjago series, and as the name suggests, it's a tie-in for the LEGO Ninjago movie.
That's right, Brad. And I'm not normally a fan of movie tie-in video games. They're usually pretty bad, but the LEGO franchise usually do a pretty good job with their tried and tested formula. If you've ever played a LEGO game before, then this will feel quite similar, not necessarily a bad thing.
Affirmative. You will be exploring worlds, solving puzzles, and fighting little Lego goons. All, of course, so you can collect lots and lots of studs.
And while the bones are similar to previous LEGO games, they've made some notable improvements to the combat this time around. Now you can use specific button combinations for special attacks. Each has a cool name, like the Swooping Hawk, and they make the fighting more interesting and fun.
You can upgrade these attacks with extra perks, such as dropping more stuns. Though it's a rather simple system and won't really allow you to tailor the game to your playstyle much. It won't take long to unlock pretty much all of them.
But your enemies also have some new tricks up their sleeves. For example, they can now block your attacks, which means you'll need to use your abilities to break the block before you can deal any damage. Enemies are also highlighted when you're locked onto them, which makes for much more satisfying combat. Instead of button mashing and hoping to maybe make contact with an enemy, you can now jump around and link hits and combos in devastating fashion.
Oh, I'm so glad they made this change. It's something the series seriously needed. It makes the combat feel modern and fluid, and got me a little bit excited for it again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about time they did it, Rand. I also like that all the cutscenes are taken from the film. They're so much better than the usual LEGO cutscenes.
Well, Generals, every time I try and conquer Ninjago, that secret ninja force thwarts me. I mean, who are these super ninjas? Every time I come up with a new plan, they still beat me.
Cutscenes taken directly from the film also help it feel like a proper movie tie-in game that's telling the film's story in a new medium. Occasionally, other films that have been turned into LEGO games feel like scenes from the movie in between unrelated gameplay.
Yeah, the Ninjago series has always been my favorite LEGO games, and I think it's because they're original stories and characters. That means they have a bit more freedom to use what works really well. For example, each character has a unique spinjitzu ability, such as ice. These can be used to solve puzzles, and often you'll have to switch between characters to get a job done. I found myself moving through areas quickly, problem solving as I went.
My staff can be put to good use here.
I think the puzzles in other LEGO games often feel really clunky or just like way too complicated.
I totally agree, Rad. One of my pet peeves about LEGO Marvel Avengers, for example, was that some of the puzzles were so hard to solve because they just hid stuff from you. And there's a lot less of that in LEGO Ninjago.
I thought so too, and I liked that there's less of those super messy explosion-filled blinky screens of destruction. Things feel more fluid and refined in this game.
However, we reviewed this on Xbox One, and the game ran extremely poorly. We noticed unstable frame rates, and even a few crashes.
Oh, I will not stand for crashes. How can one play a game when one cannot play the game because it crashes?
Oh, settle down there, Barjo, although I do see your point. I was surprised such a big-name game would be this unstable. But thankfully, it is something that will likely be patched further down the line.
Yes, I hope so, Rad. Still, I cannot judge a game on what it does not give me. One thing it did give me was a bit of motion sickness.
Occasionally, during the combat, the edges of the screen begin to warp and blur. This is likely to give the fight a more intense feel, but it mostly serves to create a bit of nausea. And when you add the juddery, unstable frame rates, you're in the danger zone for some robo-spew.
But just the danger zone, right? Not the spew zone.
Negative, it's not quite spew zone worthy.
That's good to hear. Aside from the main story campaign, there's lots of collectibles to find, and free play, so you can explore to your heart's content.
You can also play local co-op with 4 players instead of 2 this time. More local co-op games always, please.
Oh, I love a good bit of couch multiplayer. Final thoughts?
Well, I am so glad they've started to improve the combat. That was a long time coming. But even so, the formula still feels a little tired now, and I can't get past those crashes. So I'm gonna give it 2.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it more than the last few LEGO games that I've played. It's not perfect, but if I had to pick one recent LEGO game, this would probably be my pick. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Thank you, Goose. Now it's time to spin jitsu our way through Lego Ninjago Shadow of Ronin.
The Dark Samurai Ronin is planning something sinister. He's stolen our heroes' memories. It's your job to help retrieve those memories and their obsidian weapons and save the day.
Yes, and like most LEGO games, there are a few playable characters, each with their own special skills. Along with the Whirlwind Spinjitzu Tornado, each of the 4 main ninjas has a different elemental power.
That's right. Kai can shoot fire, Jay can send out lightning strikes, Cole conjures boulders from the earth. It's all pretty nifty.
Oh, best of all, their leader is a robot! Zane commands the element of ice and is the only character who can swim, making him most useful.
Darren, Zane isn't their leader. If anything, Sensei Wu is.
These are the students you told me about?
Yeah, Zane is just a regular ninja.
Don't be silly. As a robot, his superior skills and chassis would make him the only logical choice for a leader, like with the 3 of us.
Darren, I think you'll find that we don't have a leader. We're an equal team working together.
Yeah, we're a team.
Let's discuss this later.
Right, okay. Well, speaking of teamwork, you'll need to use problem solving and a lot of teamwork to get through these puzzles. I need to pull that platform, but I need someone with a grappling hook. Nailed it. Hex, I thought this game felt impressively fleshed out for a handheld title.
Yeah, it does. It felt very similar to some of the bigger LEGO games we get on console.
Affirmative. While the actual maps aren't as expansive and the levels are rather short, the similarities make it feel like a rather complete experience.
Yeah, and there's still lots of little achievements and collectibles to go back and try for, which extends the game's length. The combat leaves a little bit to be desired, though. Using your spin jitsu is essentially an automatic win against enemy grunts, and a small number of boss fights are only mildly challenging.
There's one thing I found really disappointing, you guys, and that's when you obtain the supposedly super powerful obsidian weapons, it makes no discernible difference to your power in battle.
Yeah, I thought I'd get to learn a new move or something, but no, it's just the same.
Disappointing.
Aside from the combat, though, there's also some flying, driving, and platforming sections, and these mix up the gameplay nicely. I found the platforming pretty floaty, though.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes it takes a few goes just for simple jumps. Seems a bit silly.
Overall, though, I think the game rocks along at a pretty good pace. Areas are varied, puzzles are snappy, and overall the difficulty is quite low, so it never felt tedious or too repetitive.
This game sticks pretty closely to that tried and tested LEGO formula, which is great. It's a great formula. It works well. But guys, I'm just starting to get a bit tired of it. It's starting to feel all the same to me.
I disagree. I think this game has enough variety and pace to keep it really fun. One thing I didn't like, though, was the dialogue. Ugh. The humor in the LEGO games have always been a bit slapstick in a charming way. But this was just sarcastic and a little bit mean.
Worry not, young Jay. You have been in far more dangerous locations than this.
Okay, well, I'll just draw some comfort from those memories, shall I? Oh, that's right. I don't have them anymore.
It's time for some scores, you two.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to give this 2.5 out of 5 stars.
I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than you. I'm giving it 3 out of 5.
Now, I shall depart like a ninja in the darkest night. I've got a Darren report to file.
Okay.
Off I go. You'll never see me. Oh, stealthy.
So stealthy, Darren.
Where could I be? Am I over here?
I can
Am
see
I
you.
over there?
You're over there.
Wherever could I be?
It wasn't very stealthy at all.
Master of disguise.